everyone, it is dinner time, but it's also story time. So today I want to talk about the importance of being careful with who you hire as your realtor and even as your lender. Okay, I know that a lot of us know at least 4 realtors and lenders. I know this. We're friends, or they're your family member, your cousin, your mom, or your mom's best friend. I hear that one a lot. Your neighbor, somebody you went to school with in junior high. Cool. Hey, I know them too. Before I became a realtor, I knew tons of them. But you do have to be careful. And when it comes to lenders as well. And let me tell you why. Because right now, I have a transaction where things are hitting the fan. And everything was going beautifully when the house was just listed. But as soon as it went under contract, everything just went crazy. And let me tell you that this particular buyer's agent, I'm the listing agent on that one. This particular buyer's agent, I can tell he's new. And, you know, I felt kind of bad because when he submitted the offer, he submitted it with no commission. So he was actually going to work for free. And I know that had it been any other realtor, maybe they wouldn't have said anything. But I pointed it out. I was like, hey, is this supposed to be blank? Because you just gave up your commission. So it took him about 2 or 3 times to fix that. And that is kind of a, you know, not a common error when you're seasoned. So I kind of knew this agent was new. He was also asking questions that seasoned agents don't usually ask. So I was like, oh, he's new. I was there before. Let me help him. You know, obviously still with the best interests of my clients in mind, right? But, you know, I told him where to correct whatever he needed to correct. And there were several mistakes, actually. It wasn't just the commission. It was a lot of things that were not good for my sellers. And so I asked him to correct it. So he did. It took a while. So we went under contract and, you know, let's just fast forward to 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. We are 1 week away from closing. And everything just hits the fan. Why? Because somehow this agent is not communicating with me or with his client. The lender's not communicating. Nothing's happening. We went through the repairs. We put a new roof on the home, or the sellers did, and they did some repairs. And you know, I sent them the pictures and all that, but it was never submitted to the lender, and the lender never said anything. So the appraisal was never ordered. Like the buyer, he never ever paid for the appraisal. We're 1 week away from closing. And I found out because the buyer, number one, I called the lender and got a hold of the processor because the originator would not answer my calls. And second, the buyer sent me an email directly asking why he's getting emails about why he's getting emails from the agent talking about, hey, we're gonna close, but you haven't paid for the appraisal. They're just finding this out. We are 1 week away from closing, and he's just getting the link to pay for it. And the only reason he got that link was because I had to call a lot of people to alert them that there was no appraisal ordered. Anyway, moral of the story is be careful. Look, this buyer could potentially end up with no home because now the processor has found, now that it's in underwriting, they found some issues on his income, some discrepancies on his income. They found some stuff on his credit. And I'm like, wait a minute, lender, did you not see this like in 3 weeks? So he could end up with no home. My clients will end up with no home because they've already moved out of the house. And so it's a big dilemma. My clients are worried because they think that they're not going to close anymore and they have nowhere to go because they've already moved out. They're living with a family member. So they're worried about that. And the buyer, I'm sure, is worried about losing the home he really wanted. So moral of the story is don't just hire anybody, because don't hire them because you know them. You know, hire them because you know they're competent. I'm not saying don't hire a newbie, because new people can also be good. Okay, I was new at one point and somebody gave me a shot. But you just have to be careful and realize that not everybody is competent, even though they have the license. Because getting a real estate license, come on, let's just say it's not rocket science, okay? Yes, a lot of people can't pass the test, I know. But in the grand scheme of it, that's not that bad. So a lot of people get a license, but they're just not business minded. They don't have the grit, they don't have the discipline, they don't know their contracts, and that's where you run into problems. And then when you run into problems, you can potentially lose a lot of money. You will lose your earnest money. You can lose your option money. You can lose the appraisal money. You can lose the inspection money. The seller can keep your earnest. It's just where you lose it. And honestly, giving somebody a chance is just not worth losing money. This is a business decision. It is one of the biggest assets you're ever going to sell. It is a very important asset, and it needs to be in the hands of a competent realtor, whether you're buying or selling. And the same goes for your lender. Make sure you vet them. I have a really good lender, and I usually recommend him because I know how he works. And when I get offers that come from lenders that I don't know, I worry a little bit because not all lenders are the same. So anyway, that's basically it. I'm gonna finish my food here. Thank you for listening. I really needed to get that out. So talk to you later.